Here to discuss vaping, and it is an epidemic that is hitting schools all across the nation. And unfortunately, Tyler ISD is not immune to that. It is something that we are seeing in our schools. And recently, we've all seen on the national media, the local media, about the health effects of vaping and what that can do to your body. We've seen children in hospitals with lung issues and other issues regarding vaping. A big piece of the puzzle, though, that a lot of people are not talking about are the legal ramifications of vaping. This isn't like getting caught smoking a cigarette like you would think back when you were little. This is a much bigger deal, especially when you talk about THC. The legal ramifications can follow them for a lifetime. And that's why we are here today, because our superintendent for Tyler ISD, Dr. Marty Crawford, is here to talk about why vaping and the legal ramifications for our students is an issue that he wants parents to know more about.
Thank you, Jennifer, and certainly appreciate the media being here today to listen to what we have to say about this this challenge that we have within our student population. You know, we've had PTA groups that have emphasized the need to attack this challenge. The Three Lakes Middle School and the Robert E. Lee High School PTAs have had seminars in partnership with the administrations at both of those campuses in attacking it. They've been focusing on the health end of it as well. But today we are here to talk about both the health implications of that, along with the legal ramifications that go along with the vapings as well. You know, successful student outcomes is our mission statement, our vision, and those outcomes, the successful outcomes, look differently in a lot of ways, and one of those is health. It's also one of those is also making sure that our students graduate as productive citizens ready to enter into society. And certainly with some of the things that are going around right now, we are very concerned not only about their health and their long-term well-being as far as health goes, but certainly legal status if there are some issues that surround this vaping challenge that we have in our school system. So very thankful for those PTAs at Robert E. Lee High School, Three Lakes Middle School for their early work, and now it's time for the district to actually attack it as well. Y'all know that our school system does not chase ghosts, and we don't chase many things. We have the capacity for teaching and learning, and that's our mission, that's our charge here in Tyler ISD. But when something rises to this level, it is our job to make sure that we have a solid plan in place and we can at least inform our students and their parents of the issues that we have. Thanks to our TV department and our media department and our communications here in Tyler ISD, we've created a public service announcement, a PSA, that we'd like to show at this time. Thank you.
Vaping is not cool.
It's not only unhealthy, it's now illegal.
Vaping is a problem affecting students throughout the state of Texas.
It is now illegal for anyone under 21 to possess tobacco, electronic cigarette devices, or vaping products.
Students who are caught with vaping products on school grounds will receive a Class C misdemeanor citation and a fine of up to $100.
And if that vaping device has any other substance in it, such as THC oil, not only is that illegal, it's a felony and you will be arrested.
Having a felony on your record can be life-altering, and it can stay with you for the rest of your life.
Your acceptance to school, getting scholarships, or financially could be at risk.
How will you get hired? On every job application, you'll have to tell them you're a felon.
Some apartments won't even rent to felons. Do you want to live with your parents forever?
A felony is pretty severe. It's not just something that you want to deal with as a juvenile.
So please, be smart and don't ruin your future over vaping.
It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
It's just not worth it.
Students, we care deeply about your success, so please stay away from the dangers of vaping. Parents, do what you can and talk to your students about the consequences that are associated, not only physically but legally, with vaping. Together we can make a difference.
Don't let your future go up in smoke.
So with our media partners, we will be asking them to give us a little space and time out there in the community to run that PSA. You know, this summer, talking to Chief Danny Brown, we had something pop up that really concerned me, and the way that the law is written in regard to the concentration of THC in some of these vaping products. We had to move forward in pressing charges on an individual, a student last year that was 7 months ago, that actually had THC inside of the vaping liquid that was being smoked, inhaled. That was a very trying decision to come out of the superintendent's office, but it is the law of the land. And it's very sad that we had to move forward on that as a school system because of the way statute is written, but at the same time because the state is very serious about this situation. Currently, right now, we have 10 felony cases awaiting lab results to return to us before we move forward. And that's 10 too many. The legal ramifications of having a felony on your record is a lifetime. It's eternal. And just like the PSA said, we're very serious about this because there are some consequences for that short-term gratification that you may receive from smoking a vape with THC in it. There's certainly some legal consequences there. Not to mention the fact that a lot of this THC, and Chief Brown's going to talk about this, the chemistry of what's in these vapes is not regulated extensively. It's also could be concocted locally by some fly-by-the-night chemists to where they could actually mix it with other drugs that are dangerous, including PCP, etc. So in saying that, I hope that our community will surround us and assist us in making sure that we can continue to keep our kids safe. At this time, I'd like to ask Chief of Police Danny Brown to address the media at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Crawford. I just want to kind of follow up on some of the things that were mentioned in the PSA and some things that Dr. Crawford said. The 10 cases that he talked about that are pending currently with our department are 10 students that were possessing one of these type of vape, so like they're sitting over on the table. And when we were made aware of it, we test it, we can field test it to see if it contained THC. In these 10 cases, it did. But we can't prosecute those students at this point. We have to send that to a lab to be analyzed. And I know you've heard the media all over the state about the DPS lab, being behind and not having the equipment to test all of that. That's still all in process, still several months away. So as these students even graduate, we still have cases pending going to the lab. So that's what he's talking about when he's talking about some serious cases where they just follow you until we can get all the things necessary for prosecution, and that's what we're trying to avoid. And we've also seen recently a couple of cases at our high schools where the student was found in possession of a vape, and it tested positive for THC, but we also believe, based on some more testing, that they may even had PCP inside with that. So when they're smoking the THC, they're also getting the PCP, and we've had a couple of serious cases where students even had to seek medical attention on those. So it's a serious deal, and we're taking it. That's why we're here today. And I'm asked several times about where their students getting this THC oil. Well, go on the internet, type in THC oil, and you can get it off the internet all day long. And I think that's where some of our kids are getting it, and some entrepreneurs that are making money off of it locally. And then the question is, are they able to buy it locally from a commercial business here in Tyler? And I've reached out to Chief Toller at Tyler PD and talked to him about it, and he reminded me back in February of 19, they sent a letter to all the outlets here in Tyler about selling the oil, what the law was on it. And he told me the other day that they're following up with our businesses here, but it's so widespread, it's so easily available that they're checking on it to make sure that it's not being sold here. And when they do find a business here that's selling it, they are, seeking prosecution on those. So Parents, I brought several items here that are just some examples. This is from one assistant principal desk where he's recovered these over the last couple of semesters, and I want to bring them so the parents can see it's not just the regular old, like the normal one you see in the store. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So I think one of the other things I'm asked a lot about is THC oil versus the green marijuana. You know, THC is what's in the green marijuana, but as the legislature changed the marijuana laws and the hemp laws over the last legislature session, now that's what's so confusing about it. You know, the green students bringing the green leafy substance is not near as serious now as bringing the oil. So we're trying to get this word out to all of our parents to make sure you know what your kids have. If you see something like this in a backpack that may look like a computer disc, a thumb drive, or something like that, check into it, because it may be one of these vape pens that they've purchased from someone or somewhere on the internet. Jennifer, that's what. If I'll turn it back over to you, okay?
So this is something that we are attacking on all sides. It's not just on the campus being aware, but we have several programs on the curriculum level that are reaching students at the middle and the high schools. Also, our campus counselors are keeping tabs on students that may be more at risk of doing something like this. Today we do have several people. We've got a team that is very serious about this that are here today. We've got Rachel Barber, our Director of Health Services. We also have Dr. Jennifer Jones, Director of Guidance and Counseling. And then we also have Jeff Milschlegel, who is our Director of Safety and Security. One of the other things that we're doing is we're monitoring those keywords on our district computers that students use that may have some of those vaping keywords. We talked about how they're buying them online, so we are monitoring that as well. We would like to thank you for joining us today. We would like to thank our media partners for partnering with us on getting this message out in an effort to inform the community, to inform the parents, and to really drive this message home to the students so that they don't face the legal ramifications that we are seeing at least 10 of our students facing at this time.